Bingaman. Is that correct?
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and honored guests. How many people pay their property taxes every year? Raise your hand. Okay, that's good. That's most of you. If you haven't raised your hand, I hope that's because you don't actually own real estate, not because you didn't pay your taxes. How many people like to pay their property taxes? Oh, okay. I kind of figured that might be the answer. What if I could show you how to make 16, 18% or more when people don't pay their property taxes? Anyone interested in that? Well, I'm going to have to change my topic, I guess, because not enough people. Anyone interested in hearing about that? Okay, good, because that's all I've got. So. What I'm talking about is tax lien certificates. Barron's Magazine called tax lien certificates one of the safest and most lucrative investment in the United States. And I think they're superior to all other investments, and I'm going to show you why. Now, when I tell people I invest in tax lien certificates, I usually get a blank stare. Kind of like that one, Christine. It's like, what's a tax lien certificate, right? It doesn't sound very good because there's taxes and liens in it, and it doesn't sound like something you would want to invest in. But let me give you a definition of tax lien certificates. When a county, or when someone doesn't pay their property taxes, the county places a lien on that property. And then they sell that lien to an investor who wants a high rate of return. Simple enough, right? You know you can't sell a property if it has a tax lien on it. You have to pay off those liens before you can close and sell your property. So it prevents anything from happening to that property until that tax lien is paid off. So the next question I get is, why do counties have to sell tax lien certificates? I mean, they collect taxes. Why do they have to place a lien against that property? Well, the county needs the money. They are a service organization, and they can only have a budget that will allow them to, based on the revenue they collect. And if they don't get the revenue, they can't do county services such as building roads, repairing roads, and things like that. So let me give you an example. Maricopa County is where Phoenix, Arizona is. Last year they had $47 million in delinquent taxes. $47 million that they had to make up with a shortfall. Either they'd have to cut services, or they'd have to collect that money somehow. So what the county does is they sell a tax lien certificate to an investor. The investor gets a good rate of return, and the property owner gets a little bit more time to pay their taxes. It's a win-win-win situation. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the interest rates that you can get. Anyone interested in getting maybe 16% on their money? Okay. Go out and invest in Arizona. Not a bad place to be in February when they have their sales. Who wants 18%? Anyone? Anyone rather get 18% than 16%? Go to Florida or New Jersey. They have their sales in May. Now, anyone interested in maybe going to Iowa? No, I didn't think so. But would it change your mind if I tell you get 24% a year? Not a bad place to invest. And what happens is that the property owner has a certain period of time to pay you back. It's called a redemption period. And it can be as short as 6 months, or it could be as long as 4 years, depending on the state. Each state determines their statutes. And 95% of all tax liens redeem during the redemption period. So 95% of the time, you're going to get your money back plus interest. Pretty secure, right? And some of you are saying, well, what if I'm at 5%? I'm going to lose my money, right? Anyone thinking that? No? Yes? Okay. Well, that's when you hit the lottery. I know we started the lottery here a few weeks ago, but this is really the lottery because you get an opportunity to foreclose on that property, and you actually can own that property for just 1 or 2 or up to 4 years back taxes, which again is a very small percentage of the property's value. And almost all liens are extinguished, including mortgages. So the mortgage company loses out their mortgage for $50,000, $100,000, $200,000, whatever the mortgage is, it's wiped clear. Now, do you think a mortgage company is going to allow their mortgage to be wiped out by a few $100 tax lien? Probably not. which goes back to why 95% of tax liens redeem. And again, if you don't have those 5% don't redeem, you get the property. Because there are opportunities when there's not a mortgage, or with the state of the economy today, mortgage companies go out of business, they sell their mortgages to someone else, they don't get notified. It can happen. Let me tell you a few more benefits of tax liens before we finish up. Anyone can get started in tax liens. You don't need any special licenses. You don't pay commissions. If you have $100 or $100,000, you can find a tax lien that will fit your budget. Also, they're low maintenance. You don't own the property. You don't get those calls at midnight having to fix a toilet, or you don't have to go mow the yard. You are a lien holder like a bank. You own a lien on that property. And the county does all the work for you. You write the check to the county to buy that lien. The county does the collection process, and then they send you the check back in the mail. And you can buy from home. More and more counties are starting to offer online sales. You can sit in the comfort of your own home if you have a computer and internet connection, and you can buy a tax lien just like you can on eBay. This is a great time to be buying tax liens. More properties than ever are being offered at tax sales. 34,000 tax liens were offered at the Maricopa tax sale. In Cook County, they had 62,000, that's Chicago area. And in Dade County, which is the Miami area, 79,000 tax liens were offered last May at the sale. So there's lots of opportunity. So hopefully I've shown you that there's a great opportunity, there are great benefits to tax liens, and I hope that you can understand and appreciate the fact that I think they are superior to all other investments. Thank you.